Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gregory Carroll. I decided to do my report on What It Takes to Be Number One by Vince Lombardi Jr. Basically, what excited me about this was that Vince Lombardi was a hero of mine growing up. I heard so much about him, especially with the NFL and his coaching abilities. But reading this, I later got to find out what type of man he really was, rather than just being a great leader, that he was also a good family man. But basically, he coached for 10 seasons in the NFL, 1 with the Redskins, 9 with the Green Bay Packers. He amassed a record of 105 wins, 35 losses, 6 draws. He played in 6 world championships and won 5 of the 6. He amassed a 9-1 record in the playoffs in the NFL, which to this day is still unprecedented. Basically, Vince Lombardi's leadership model was that management is leadership when leadership fails. It reflects the lack of leadership. All of you possess leadership ability, but leadership rests not only on outstanding ability, it rests in commitment, pride, and loyalty. It rests on followers who are ready to accept guidance. Leadership is the ability to direct people, and more important, to have those people accept that direction. One of his philosophies was the art of bending people. Self-discovery leads to self-knowledge, and self-knowledge should protect us from making inauthentic moves as a leader. You cannot be successful in any organization unless you have people who bend to your personality. He had 5 rules for his leadership model. Now, his definition for leadership model, as I just explained to you, when the 5 rules are: Rule 1, self-knowledge; Rule 2, build your character; Rule 3, earn your stripes; Rule 4, think big picture; and Rule 5, leaders are made, not born. In Rule 1 of his leadership model, self-knowledge, he defines it as awareness and a wisdom about your own character and potential acquired through experience. Leadership grows out of self-knowledge, character, integrity, competence, and a comprehensive vision. When these building blocks are in place, the leader can lead. The number 2 rule of the leadership model is build your character. Character is not inherited. It is something that can be, and needs to be, built and disciplined. The difference between men is in energy, in the strong will, and in the singleness of purpose, and an invincible determination. But the great difference is in sacrifice, in self-denial, in love and loyalty, in fearlessness and in the humility, in the pursuit of excellence, and in the perfectly disciplined will. Because this is not only the difference between men, this is the difference between great and little men. Also, leadership, whether in sports or business, grows in large part out of competence. His rule number 3 was earn your stripes. Leaders earn the right to lead. How? They manifest character and integrity, and they get results. No leader, however great, can long continue unless he wins battles. The battle decides all. There is something in great men that needs a head-to-head combat. I don't say these things because I believe in the brute nature of man, or the violent nature of man, or that man must be brutalized in order to be combative. I believe that man's greatest hour, in fact his greatest fulfillment, his finest fulfillment, is that moment when he has worked his heart out for a good cause and lies exhausted, but victorious, on the field of battle. His 4th rule is think big picture. The big picture is your roadmap and rudder. It can't change in response to minor setbacks, but it must change as the competitive environment changes. The difference between a good coach and an average coach is knowing what you want and knowing what the end is supposed to look like. If a coach doesn't know what the end is supposed to look like, he won't know it when he sees it. The 5th rule is leaders are made, not born. Leadership grows out of self-knowledge, character and integrity, competence, and comprehensive vision. When these building blocks are in place, the leader can lead. Vince Lombardi's coaching philosophy was pretty simple. He basically said you can't build a team that's different from yourself. So be honest with yourself and be honest with your team. He also said adversity is the first path to truth. Prosperity is a great teacher. Adversity is greater. Vince Lombardi always thought that he would be a teacher, never realizing he was going to be a coach. However, once he did start coaching, he also realized that he could use that to his method of teaching. Vince Lombardi also said, "I think it is also time in this country to cheer for, to stand up for, to slap on the back the doer, the achiever, a man who recognizes a problem and does something about it, the winner." One of his other philosophies was always seek the truth. Faithfulness and truth are the most sacred excellences and endowments of the human mind. Fundamentally, basic truths arise out of the personal reflection and experience. They illuminate and reinforce purpose. For example, I believe that the ends never justify the means. Values are not culturally defined. Values without morality mean nothing because you stand for nothing. Not all values are equal. Life is cause and effect. In other words, sooner or later you do sit down to a banquet of consequences. There are moral absolutes which must take precedence over social or economic expediency. Commitments are more important than self-interest. No self-interest is worth your reputation. It takes years to build a reputation, but only an instant to lose one. Truth is knowing that your character is shaped by your everyday choices. Watch your beliefs, they become thoughts. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Your character is your legacy. Why did I choose to do a report on Vince Lombardi? Basically because he was such a role model for so many. He practiced what he preached. And what I mean by this was that basically 4 African Americans were made to go through the hotel room, exiting through the back door. He made all the whites do the same thing. He made the whole team do the same thing. He also said that because 4 black players on his team could not play at a certain venue, he took his whole team and took them away. They didn't play. Simply put, he was a man of his word. And he basically said, I'll never, absolutely never put you guys in this situation again. If it means we play no games down here, then that's the way it will be. He practiced what he preached, and he was a man of his integrity. And that, to me, is more important than anything else in this world. Thank you. I hope you guys have a good semester. Hope everything works out well.